Welcome back. Episode 8, Balls Deep Sports. Brady in the house. Omar in the house. Shmouzy in the house. You already know what we're about. What are we about?
Finals week 1.
Finals week 1. NRL. It's getting juicy. Oh, sorry. Finals week 2.
But 1 is done.
But we're definitely going to reflect on week 1.
Oh, yeah.
Para fans.
We have to.
We've got to talk about.
We've got to talk about what happened last week.
Yeah.
Why I had to leave work 4 hours into it. I just had to watch the footy.
Yeah.
Boys. Talk to me. What did you think last week before we get into what's coming this week? What did you think?
Look,
we'll let him go, eh?
Yeah, let the Paris.
Let the para loose.
Let him talk.
All right, we're going to talk about the games, or we're going to talk overall in general how the games were.
Look, we're going game by game, and you can give me your slight, what's the opinion on the game overall, what you thought of the game.
All right.
As well as your team's performance.
Look, I'm just going to comment overall in general. Week 1, what a week. Like, besides the second half of the Para versus Panthers game, every other game was amazing. Like, so full on.
So 3.5 games?
3.5 games, yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So that means you're like finals week 1, finals week 0.75 through or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
Something like that. Okay.
Let's talk about Para versus Penrith.
Penrith Para, Friday night, Western Sydney derby at the Penrith Stadium. I don't know what it's called these days. Tell us.
Is it? Wait, what is it called?
I don't even know.
I don't
They
actually
change
know
it every
either.
week.
Honestly, I really
Battle
don't even
of the
know.
West.
No, the stadium name.
Oh, the stadium is freaking. I don't even know. I can't remember.
We're going to call it Panther
It's
Stadium.
not Seaworth,
Penrith Stadium.
is it?
Oh,
No.
is it?
No, I
Oh.
don't know.
Footy fans, huh?
No.
Well, regardless of what it's
Anyways.
called, Para took L. That's all I know.
Yes, Para did take an L. Look, first half, amazing half. It's unfortunate that Moses missed that field goal. Then Cleary came back and made a statement that he's a bit better at field goals. So
Showed him how it's done.
Just a bit better in general.
yeah, let's just talk about. Look, as much as I was against Penrith, they played pretty well. Cleary,
They're the top team for a reason.
Cleary,
mate.
I underestimated Cleary coming back after that 5-week
I
break.
thought he'd be maybe rusty.
Yeah, a bit rusty, but
The
he
face of the league, mate.
turns out he linked up with Burden
Hey.
during those 5 weeks off,
Birdo.
and Burden taught him how to kick.
Practicing those spiralling bombs,
Mate.
mate, for Wonga Blake.
Bad.
Wagga Blake.
Oh,
Talk to me about Wonga Blake. I heard he's your favourite player.
Look.
That's what I heard.
What was that, man? That was bad. That was bad.
The Dragons want to sign him?
Absolutely not.
Definitely.
But they probably will.
We're not accepting any.
We probably will,
Anyway.
like knowing us. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, if he goes to Doggies, he'll get worse anyway.
So
So
that's why I don't want part of it.
it's fact. Wagga Blake, he just couldn't catch him. Off 3 of the high kicks that Cleary put in, Wagga dropped all 3 actually.
He dropped a few, definitely.
Yeah, he
there was
dropped
some
3,
shockers, man.
and Penrith scored twice off him, but that was in the second half that they scored off him. Penrith down 1 man in the first half as well, and they scored off that, which was off a Cleary bomb as well. I think did Wagga
So Cleary's
drop
kicking game
his
was
kicking
amazing.
game.
It came off the drop ball.
that? Yeah, like it's unbelievable.
Mm.
So Wagga, if you're watching, make sure you're practicing those catches. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Then Moses got taken off second half.
Look, mate, last time I checked, he tried to do a front flip before. Who was he tackling again?
Kick
Was it
out.
Kick out?
Kick out.
Kick out. I don't know what that
Look.
tackle technique was.
He's going to get used to that.
That was
next
bad. That was
Look,
actually bad on his part.
Some people were saying he was trying to get a penalty for something. I don't know how that would have
Man.
worked. But
Got kicked in the head.
look, Mitch, like, you got to fix up your tackling game, mate. Like, never put your head that close to him. But yeah,
down.
after Moses went off, guess who jumped on?
Your boy, Jake.
Oh, the greatest
Is
Parramatta,
that the world's greatest halfback?
Oh,
greatest
mate.
Parramatta player of all
Ever.
time.
Who's Peter Sterling?
I don't know. Blue Haven Pools.
that?
What the hell's
Who's
that? What's Blue Haven Pools? I don't know.
Mate, this guy was swimming, but he was drowning.
Oh, look,
he was
Man,
drowning.
That was bad.
And all 3 tries came off Jake Arthur's side, so they just ran straight through him.
Far out.
He tried to do a Moses as well, tried to do the short side plays, blind side, didn't get through. Panthers read him all the time, so I don't know.
Look, man,
Was it- it was
his
a tough
dad
game.
signed the permission slip for the game. Let him play. Waste of time.
And to make it even worse, he named him again this week
Well, on the bench, eh?
on the bench. Mate, at least put Cartwright in.
Cartwright's still
He's
not
got
in that
experience.
17, eh?
He's got that experience. He can play it.
So you thought it was a disaster by team, or what did you think? Did you think it was...
First half started off strong.
Was
The
it
second
close?
half we just fell apart. Just completely fell apart.
Especially losing Moses.
Moses, it was a big loss for us. Dylan Brown didn't do anything.
Yeah.
There was nothing. Gutherson didn't.
It's not the same when only one main half's out there and now you're throwing kids like Arthur. You can't.
true.
It's easier to point the finger at Brown. I know you're not, but you know what I mean.
Oh, you can't
By
really
himself,
point
it's
the finger.
hard.
Yeah, it's hard for him. And
he's not like that organising player. He's a more like he can ball play amazing.
Yeah.
But he runs too. His run is a threat.
And having a
Opens up
rookie
his
half on
passing
your
game.
side as well doesn't help the situation.
How
either.
old is he? 19.
Yeah, I think
Arthur?
19. Yeah.
Fair enough.
But
So okay, what did you think about?
If I'm being honest, I don't think at any point during that game did I feel that Parramatta was going to win it with the way they were playing.
Yeah.
I thought Penrith played better than them every minute of that game, even with Moses on the field. Parramatta were playing good in the first half. They were playing good, they weren't bad or anything, but Penrith were just better. When you concede a trial with a man down, when the other team's a man down, that's just like a slap in the face. It's like a coach killer. I know that happened in another game later, but we'll talk about that. That was just colossal. That was just bodies everywhere. Anyways, but honestly, Penrith came first for a reason. Straight out, they did. Like they just outperformed Parramatta in every aspect of the game. They did. They came first.
They're a little better at everything. Eh?
They were better at them in everything. Tackling,
as good
defending,
as team is, to be honest.
attacking, everything. Like there was. I'm telling you, as I was watching it, first half, Para, they got it. What was it? What was it? 7-6.
7-6.
Yeah. So all right, obviously at that point, of course, Parramatta has a chance. But in that half, when Para were attacking, I never was like confident that they were gonna score. Like with Penrith, I was like,
they got. I don't know if they statistically have the best defense, but it seems like it anyways. Penrith's defense is
they're crazy.
Even though their attack gets a shine and this young guy scored and that guy, it all starts with their defense.
Penrith does have the best defense this year.
Man,
starts with
they're first for a reason.
Defense wins championship.
Yeah, that's true. They're first for a reason. They honestly outplayed Parramatta like badly. And then obviously when Moses goes down, I knew the game was over at that point. I was like, there's no way.
There's no chance.
Yeah, there's absolutely no chance. I know he went down when they were down like 13.
Was it like 60th minute?
13-6.
13-8, 13-6. But like,
13-8, sorry.
But even at that point, even before he went down, I was like, Penrith are going to win this. Like, they were just better. But honestly, Penrith's going to be Penrith, man.
The penny's gone.
They're favourites for a reason, and I was disappointed in Para. I won't lie. I was disappointed in them with the way that they played. Straight out. Honestly, I was disappointed. Like, no, but as in, I know you hate them. I'm just saying, like, in the way that they were playing, they didn't play good enough.
They can play
nowhere near good enough. If you want to beat Penrith, you got to be on your absolute A game.
Yeah,
you can't.
true.
That Waka Blake stuff cannot happen.
No.
Like,
you need that reliability, safety.
You drop a ball in your own 20 and you give Penrith an attacking set against you, a fresh set with Cleary. Come on, man.
It won't be long before that scoreboard's running up, mate.
Like you already know what's going to happen. So disappointed, but I was disappointed it ended up being a blowout, but it was going to happen after Moses went down anyway. Yeah. But now they just got to regroup and try and beat a in-form Raiders team, mate. Like, I'm going to that game, by the way.
Nice.
I am with my cousins that go for Para, so shout out to Adam.
There's a little pause there before you said cousins. Is there anything you want to tell the viewers?
No, it's my cousins.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
I'm not... Oh, my God. I'm not taking some girl to some finals game.
I say that.
He was thinking it.
Eels, Penrith, honestly, Eels were, they were staying with them. They were going strong. It was a good close game. Not going to act like that's Eels game over. But I thought, Cleary being out and all that, I thought, these guys are going to come and like try to smash him, not get sent off. Pressure on kicks. He had it all day to just put up a nice kick, do what you want.
Coffee while he was kicking.
That was my main concern with them. Like, what the hell? Yeah, his kicking game is amazing, or the best kicking in the game. But he didn't even this finals footy, bro. He didn't even
Penasini actually
put him under pressure.
Penasini brought that up because it's on the rest of the players that didn't put
pressure.
It's
a team effort, man.
It's true.
Like, I hate it even when watching a Bulldogs
you got to
game.
make his life hell if you even want to have a
Watching,
chance.
like, their halfback, any halfback, just take their time, have a kick and a half-ass jog pressure, or not even, you know.
They just watch like they're not doing
Yeah,
nothing.
basically. But besides that, like you mentioned, Wonga Blake had a shocker. Can't really rely on Jake Arthur. Moses went down. He I don't know. He was playing okay, but nothing too crazy. He wasn't really standing out. Even at one stage, I think you asked me, is he even on the field? I think. Literally.
I did.
He
I
literally
did.
asked me that. He did kick a 40-20 and he had another one.
I go, where's Moses? Like, I need him to take control now. Now, man.
He wasn't there.
He has to, man. If Para want to win, if Para want to do this, man,
They need that guy.
Mitchell Musa, mate. He needs to step
Mitchell
the
Musa,
F up.
eat your kusa.
That's
You
right.
are Lebanese, you know what I'm talking about.
That's true, he is.
But
He
besides
is.
that, I was happy with the result. Always happy to see Para lose, you know it is. All right. So, Saturday night, boys.
I called it.
Game 2, Cracker, Storm Raiders at Amy Park. They have an amazing record there, the Raiders. They did the upset. I tipped Storm. They did me wrong. Wasn't super confident in them, how they've been looking this year and all those injuries. But overall, game was amazing. Shout out to the Raiders, man. Shout out to Dazza. I know you're still crying about this. Now you want to talk about NFL now all of a sudden. You don't want to talk about NRL. But, yeah, it was a cracker game. What did you think? Did you like it?
No, it was a hectic game. I loved it.
Happy for Raiders, to be honest. Even though I like Storm.
I tipped Storm because I never like to doubt the Storm in the finals ever. Like, because if you actually like look back, like, you know, the last time they lost in the first round was 2014. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you got to think like, holy crap! Like, it's rare. It's so rare that it happens. So, you know, I don't like see why people would not have picked the Storm. Like I said, I picked them, and Canberra just outplayed them. Honestly, they just played with heart, with grit. You know, they kept going. You know what I mean? Like,
they weren't intimidated, definitely
no,
not.
they don't get intimidated by them.
comfortable
There's
at
always
Melbourne,
it gives me that. I don't know if you guys remember, like back in the day, Warriors used to kind of get the Storm in the
Yeah, they'll
finals.
give them a run.
You'll give them a good run. It's like that team
Even
where
the
like,
Anzac one, anytime they play them at Melbourne, they'll give them a
there's
run.
always a good game. I remember like in
lot of
08 and then in 2011, I think Melbourne. Warriors beat them twice. Like it's like it gave me that vibe. You know what I mean? Like
They're bogey team, man.
yeah, the bogey team. They went in there, they played hard, and honestly, man, don't sleep on them Raiders.
They did the
That's
job.
all I'm saying, man. Like honestly, if I was a Parramatta supporter right now, I'd be.
You'd be
worried.
shaking in
I'll
your
tell you.
boots.
I'm
I'd be
a bit
worried. I'd be
yeah.
worried because I think out of their last 6 games they won 5, or out of their last 5 they
They're
won
in
4.
pretty good form.
Like something like
against
that.
Melbourne?
No.
Oh,
in general, like the
yeah,
Raiders in
they're
general,
pretty
like
good form.
they're on crazy form. Like they're on at least like 4 or 5 wins in a row now. They've got to be, and yeah, honestly, good on them. I'm happy for them. Who wants to see the Storm make it far? No one. So
We've
Unless-
seen it. We've seen it many times.
honestly,
before.
but people in Melbourne don't even care. They just care about AFL.
Mate, they're watching that. They're watching the
half the
Essendon
time
Bombers, mate.
half the time they really don't. I've spoken to some Melbournians and they're like, mate,
It's like kind of us here in Sydney about AFL.
yeah, like
You're
they
gonna
ask me
hear
about,
league talk.
you know what I mean? If they ask me about the Greater Western Sydney Giants, I'm like, doesn't Israel Folau?
Can't tell you one player. Can't tell you one player.
Carmichael Hunt. Nah, solid game. Cracker game. I loved it.
What
about
did
yous?
you think?
Oh, look, I was out on a boat for 9 hours.
Yeah.
While I was reeling up the fish, I thought of the game. So I put it on
Yeah.
while I was reeling up this fish, right? Ended up catching it, right? 46 centimetre brim, just letting you know.
Nice.
Very good.
I only caught the last 10 minutes of the game, which was the most crucial part of the game, where Raiders just shut down Melbourne. And I called this last week. I said Rapana's going to come in and rip up, and I'm pretty sure he did.
He did. He played very well.
Yeah.
He went hard. What are the other game, boys? The one at Shark Park. We couldn't make it ScoMo, but it was a cracker. 30-32 to the Cowboys.
Game of the round.
2-point field goal. Valentine Mahomes.
Game of the round, man. That was the best game by far.
Yeah.
Like the game after was good too, but we'll talk about it in a second. But this was just, I don't know. It was so back and forth, and man, honestly, Sharks had that wrapped up with 13 seconds left.
And my boy went over.
Honestly, like Tamalolo, man.
He went over the line.
You can't give him that. You can't give him that
beast.
run.
He
that
had
close.
a hell of a game.
Yeah,
too.
you give him a run that close to the line.
Oh, I'm so sorry to...
Yeah.
intervene here. I feel like since we shout out Talmalolo, we had to shout out Tolpeny in the last game for Canberra.
Oh yeah.
He absolutely killed it. But so sorry.
No, all good. But man, that was an insane game. I thought the Sharks were gonna win. Like I didn't think it would be that close. I thought it was gonna be like, like a try or something. But like, man, it was. I didn't think it would go to Golden Point, but holy crap, man, that was.
And they went double extra time and no result, and then
I like that. I like the extra time rule, by the way. I like that it's not Golden Point off the bat in the finals. I think that makes it more competitive.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, a team could get a penalty and the game's over. Like, what is this, man? Like, this is crap. But no, I loved it. Crazy game.
Yeah.
Valentine Holmes killed it. Honestly, if I'm the Sharks, I'm a bit rattled. Straight out, they had it wrapped up with 13 seconds left. Like they were in the preliminary. They were already there. They had the bye. The bye was there. 13 seconds. I think the Sharks are done.
Oh, but wait. What about that play too? Who missed it? I think it was Sharks missed out on that crucial try that went to the bunk on the right edge where Holmes basically milked it. Do you remember that? Where they're saying he got taken out. It was
the obstruction call. Whatever, yeah.
And they were already
I
6 at the time.
I knew that was like...
That was shocking.
But when you just know, because like the rules. You know how the rules are.
You just do that.
Yeah, like it is what it is. Like,
they'll say black and white.
If you impeded him a little bit, the decoy runner impeded, blah, 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 blah. Like
overboard.
It is what it is with the rules. There's always going to be some weird decision over the week, especially the finals. That's when it happens the most, and it always involves the Sharks or the Cowboys. Surprisingly,
six again,
7 again.
Oh, they were the 7 tackles.
7 again.
Yeah, when Thurston was still playing.
Yes. I reckon. I reckon the Sharks are done. I think that's it. I think the Rabbitohs get them, but we'll talk about that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I tipped the 1 point game there. I thought Sharks Hines might get him 1 point. I mean, you can't really go wrong with who you're picking in that match. It was crazy. And like I said, Valentine Holmes with the massive field goal. Apparently in that set he had the first or second run, and when he got up he said, basically, I'm going to take field goal at the end of this set. Like he called for it, clutch. Apparently he was missing him in the pre-game. But it's all about the big moments, bro. So shout out to them, man.
Newcastle
Good
Jets.
for them, man.
Newcastle Jets legend.
What?
Not Newcastle. New York Jets.
Oh, okay, yeah.
New York Jets
NFL,
legend.
NFL talk. Oh, crazy. What did you think of the game?
Same thing with this game. I wasn't pulling up a shark I wasn't pulling up a fish this time. But after the game,
I've never seen you pull up a fish, let alone a shark.
After the game, I actually pulled up a shark, a 1.2 meter shark.
Were you in Cronulla?
No.
Okay.
They must have swum out.
It was dreaming
to the north. Anyways, I only caught the last 5 minutes of the normal game, and then the last 20 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever it was. Very intense. Like I was just sitting there watching. I was just like
edgy. Wow. I would say edgy, but edge of the boat.
Oh yeah, look, I was jumping.
Almost capsized the boat, mate.
The boat was rocking.
They were rocking the boat.
But yeah, when Holmes went for that field goal, I was like, wow,
crazy, eh?
Wow,
what a hit, man! Good game, but last but not least, that last game, man, the Easts and the Souths. Crazy game. 7 sin bins. Finished 30-14 in favour of the Rabbits. Where do we start with that game, boys? Where do we start? I don't know where to start.
I told you Latrell Mitchell's going to come back.
It's true.
He came back.
He came back.
He's been back.
He proved himself.
He had a big game. And to be fair, what I'll give him is he didn't get caught up with all this emotion going on and all these sin bins. He's the first player, him and Cody Walker.
I was going to say,
be off the field. And Wario Hargrave.
Cody Walker actually plays so good, eh? Like, he actually plays so good.
Like, it shows you how important Latrell is to that team, too. Because before, when he was out, no one was talking about Cody Walker, I'll tell you that.
I know, but Cody Walker played out of his skin. And honestly, it was the type of game that you'd think that Cody Walker would play like shit. Like, with like the sin bins and at one stage, I think like every third tackle, there was like someone going down, a penalty being blown, or just a scuffle.
Even
like people the players in each other's faces. Victor Radley, man, he loves a scuffle. That guy,
that's why I like him, man.
Yeah, he loves a scuffle. He runs in, you know what I mean. If he sees his mate like down, he'll do something. But yeah, man, those sin bins, 7 sin bins, man.
Crazy. It's a record.
Rabbitohs scored with 11 men.
Yeah, crazy.
Twice, I think.
And the other way when Roosters had a man
with
up
12.
or whatever.
Yeah, Roosters scored first with 12, and then Rabbitohs scored with 11. It was funny to watch, but it was a bit of a mess. Like, if we're being honest, it was a mess. Like, as in every...
you'd think they got no chance of scoring both teams when they're the man down or two men
and a couple
down,
of those sin bins, I'm not going to lie, especially the second one on Radley.
No,
the second one. The second one where...
when he came in.
Yeah, which Rabbits player? He done the little...
Not Totola, the pop guy. Not Telamungi. I can't say his name, man. The back rower.
No, the one that done the face rub.
Yeah, Totola, what's his name?
I thought it was Tane
Milne. Nah, he's the one who got 2 sin bins. He got the 2 sin bins.
Okay. But yeah, the one... Look, the head rub, and then like Victor Radley running in. I thought that was just like...
Where is this guy?
What's the point of that? You know what I mean?
Tavita Totola.
Oh yeah. But the head rub and the to me I was like this is just dumb. Like you're not serious, like a face, but everyone's done that before. What are we doing? And obviously you're gonna run and help your mate. Like hey, like, but you just tell him, listen, like relax. You do it again. You know what I mean?
Me outside. Catch me outside.
But to send them off for that, I thought that was just like, all right. Some of them were justified, but some of them were just those, especially those two. I was like, bro, relax. Like,
I think the refs
won that one.
They knew like how intense this game was going to be,
so
they weren't going to have any of it. So they just started sending them off.
Come on, man, to get sent off for a face rub, man.
But I think the problem was they set the precedence at the beginning of the game because bang, sin bin, and then it was like, well, if that's a sin bin, everything.
Yeah, for swinging arms, all right. Like
I get it. Like so obviously, a lot of those hits were bad, and Hargreaves pulling heads to the ground with people with concussions and that, like Murray.
Yeah, that last Radley one, dirty, man. And whatever the face rub one. I think that was the last two. So I think
Milne came off, didn't he?
Oh, maybe. It was one of the. It was towards the end anyway, and I'm just like, all right, man, you've lost it a little bit now. Like the refs have done it a bit. It's a bit too much now. But
he did say when he sent Totola off, his reason was like we're already having what was the wording he used? Like we're already having control issues.
Yeah.
Like the game was going crazy, you know.
Oh, it was insane. But look, as far as the actual game,
what a game! Man.
The second Tedesco went down, it was over.
Yeah,
like it was done.
That's why he's the world's best fullback.
He is. I know. What's that winger's name? The up and Swali'i. Forgive me if I've said it wrong.
Mispronounced.
But he's a gun. But let me tell you something. AB, good Roosters supporter. He said. He said, I would take Swali'i over Tedesco if I knew I could guarantee his future for the next 5 years at the Roosters. And I said to him, I go, you're crazy. Crazy. I go, Tedesco is he's the
face of the club.
Yeah, not just that. Like
he's like the world's best fullback.
Yeah, he's done it.
Prime.
He's doing it and he's done it. Yeah, he's in his prime. Well, he's not 30. And even if he was 30,
he just re-signed.
So what? Anyways. When during that game, he said it before the game, but when that happened and he went down, obviously this was like let's see, you know what I mean? Like,
this is what we're talking about. Yeah,
Swali'i played okay, but nowhere near the impact that Tedesco would have had. But he's young.
He's not a fullback.
He's young. He's young, and I don't blame him. Like he's young, but I just knew when Tedesco went down, it was over. Like,
and Crichton too,
yeah, and Crichton didn't return either. It was done, man. And Rabbitohs were all over him at that point. Latrell was playing crazy. You can't lose the best fullback in the game and expect to win. Sorry,
true.
And that's what happened. If Latrell stayed healthy, not Latrell, sorry. If Tedesco, came back, of course there's a chance.
And he nearly did. They were like, "Oh, he's come back," and they're like, "Oh, he regressed."
Category 1, this, that. It was a wrap.
Right. What do you say, sir? What do you think of the game?
Oh, look, it was
just chaotic.
Chaotic's not even the word. And I was just sitting there. I think Yui was with me when I was watching.
Yeah.
And he was waiting for me to go to my brother's house. And I was just like, no, I can't leave this game. I had to watch it.
Oh, mate, everything gets put on hold after that.
Well, everything got put on hold. Doesn't matter what it was. Phone calls weren't answered or anything. what a game! But like I said,
was
Latrell
just-
Mitchell ripped up that game. I told not just you guys, but everyone else that I spoke to, I go, Latrell Mitchell got shut down round 25, and I think it was an act, to be honest.
You reckon?
He put it on just to give the Roosters
To give him false hope.
and then he's just come out of nowhere and just put
Smells
it
like
on.
conspiracy.
Nah,
Oh, look.
man.
Can you prove me wrong?
Losing to Desco. Was
I can't,
mate.
but that's
Losing
like
to
unprovable.
Tedesco didn't go down by accident.
That's like
You
me
know what I mean?
telling
Like-
you I was driving my Lamborghini today, and I just sold it, and then I bought a Jeep, and then I sold that, and then I went and bought a Toyota, and then I went to work, and then I came here. That's like what you just told me. Can you prove it? You can't prove that I didn't.
Oh God!
But anyways.
Look, man,
Yeah.
Wait, back to his point.
Tedesco.
That guy, AB, the Swaliti controversial hot take about Swaliti, AB's got to make an appearance. He's got to show his face to
It's
our
true.
viewers
Yeah, and we got to talk about that one.
for the drugs that came out of his mouth.
Honestly, maybe
That's
he'll,
just unacceptable.
he'll definitely be here for the UFC episode.
Oh,
Ooh,
we'll get into that
we'll
later.
get into that. Anyways,
So
what did
yeah.
you think of that game?
What? You really want to know what I think?
I wanna know.
Oh, look, I thought it was cracker.
It was.
Nah, it was crazy. 7 sin bins, like we said. The momentum shifted at one stage. Like it was
Badly.
like Roosters were like, I don't know if it was like up till roughly half an hour into the game. Seemed like, wow, all the momentum's with them,
And then it
and
just flipped.
Rabbitohs are going to struggle a bit. And before you know it, I don't know if that's when they had 2 sin bins and Mitchell went over. That was a big momentum
Yeah.
changer too. And then obviously, I think, did Tedesco get injured first half? Or was that second half?
No, that. Oh, man, I've gone blank. So much.
But
so
there was
much
so
happened
much
in
happened.
that I can't even remember.
Yeah, but basically, especially when him and Crichton went off with their HIAs and whatnot,
Yeah.
you saw they lost a lot of structure and organisation. Kiri and Walker were trying to run the show with Swali at the back, but he got thrown on. Obviously, it's a big pressure situation.
Massive.
All of a sudden, you're playing fullback. I know he wants to be a future fullback. I'm confident he'll be
That's
really good.
but
That's where the money's at,
But
mate.
to be fair, this game it was a tough moment.
If
and
we want to pay him the
they took
union
it.
money, he has to be a fullback.
Crazy.
It's true. Otherwise, we'll just go to union and get paid the money that he wants.
That's -6, by the way. But yeah.
All good, all good.
But yeah, yeah. Well, semis are here, boys. It's week 2 of the finals. We only got 2 games, unfortunately. Penrith's at home having a rest, and so are the Cowboys. But we'll start on Friday night. I smell a RDO coming up, mate. Para versus Canberra. At Para. It is at Combank Stadium. Share your thoughts, boys.
Look, I'm going to back Parrot again. It's hard. It's as a Parrot supporter, it's hard not to back him in the finals. I'm not going to say that they're going to.
Really?
I thought it'd be easy.
What?
Thought it was the other way around. This is the usual fall off the cliff moment.
Oh, look. Keep talking from the bottom, mate.
Oh, that's fine.
Look, before you proceed about the preview of this game, look, this is what I'm going to tell you. You're going to be finishing your season, and we're going to meet you in Cancun in Mexico. Because at the end of the day, we're going to win the same amount of things you won. Not wins, but 0 premierships this year. That's all that matters.
Oh,
in
look.
the day. True?
I guess we'll find.
We're on the same level.
It's true.
They're going to lose. we all
I
know
guess
that.
we'll find
You're
out
already out.
tomorrow
We're out.
night. All right. That's fine.
But yeah, tell me about this game.
Look,
Canberra, Para.
I'm not going to say that I'm not worried. I am worried. Raiders are in top form. I'm scared.
Scared. I think you
And
summed that all up
it's-
right there.
It's not. I'm scared that Para's going to get knocked out. I'm scared that the history just going to repeat itself.
That time of the year.
Yeah.
Right?
You wanna have a laugh there, Omar?
Honestly, no,
You can't
I
hold it
actually,
in, mate.
honestly, yeah, I think after last week,
Yeah.
because I know how confident Parramatta was and the fans were,
Mm-mm.
and then to lose like that, I know Moses went down, but like I said, Penrith played better regardless. Canberra's on the best run of form right now. I
They're in a hot form,
think
mate.
Parramatta. I think they're done, man.
Are they done?
I don't really like. It'd be nice to see them do well because I got family that go for them and stuff. But I actually,
now you're talking shit.
nah, you know, Sometimes, sometimes, but like I actually think Canberra is going to beat them, and I think it's going to be that typical second finals game from Para where they get smashed like 20-0 or some shit. That's happened so many times. It's so weird. The first finals game is like close, and then the second one they lose. Like they lose by like a considerable amount, especially if they're in the top 4. It's happened the past few years. It happened against the Cowboys. It happened against... I can't even remember, but it happened. Melbourne or something. Like
Penrith.
Yeah. I know the Penrith one was a bit closer, but
it was a bit
they have this weird thing where like they if they're in like the top 4, they just buckle. But honestly, I was looking at some stats. Para in the last 10 years have only won 2 finals games.
Wow.
2.
Wow. That's crazy.
I was actually like, because I know in the past 5 years have been good. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right. I think the 5 before that, I don't think he's made the finals. But I sussed it out, and I'm like, wow, like that's really crazy. Like, I don't know why my brain thought it was more than that, but I feel like that's something that needs to just be. I think it's a psychological thing with Para, straight out. Like it's a psychological thing. It's a psychological thing. Like
mentally fragile.
It's they need to get over that hump.
It's mental hump.
Man, I'm a Dragons supporter.
Mental
all right,
yeah.
Growing up, like with the Dragons. 05 we choked in the preliminary. 06 we choked in the preliminaries. 09 we went out in straight sets. We came first. I actually thought to myself, we're never going to win a premiership. Like, it's never going to happen. And then in 10, I don't know what Wayne Bennett fed them boys. But we came out firing. And then the finals, it was like a completely different team. Like, I don't know what he did. I don't know what psychological stuff he done to him. But, like, they just need to get over some mental hump or block. If it's like this, they think it's like a superstition. I don't know what it is. Once they do it, they can do anything. But
till then,
like, because they're up against the Raiders, and the Raiders are playing so good, and I don't know, man.
I need to get a tip from you.
A tip? I'm gonna say the Raiders. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say Raiders. Like, they're playing better.
A close one, super close one.
I don't think it's gonna be that close. I think it's gonna be like 12-ish points.
You think like Para's gonna mentally fade, and they're just gonna lay on it?
They're gonna mentally fade, and the Raiders are just gonna play good. Like, they're just gonna play better than them, and the Eels are just gonna play. The Eels are gonna play bad.
Wow.
They're not gonna play good. It's not like obviously good for if the Raiders win, they win. But I think the Eels are just gonna play bad. I don't know. I just have this weird feeling, man. I'm sorry. Like, I've seen it so many times, man. Like,
don't be sorry.
No, I see it all the time, and it's worrying. Like, I'm worried for him. I'm like, why, man?
Do you want to give me your score prediction, by the way? Oh, look, because I know you said you're scared, so I want to know what do you think. Like, one try you win by.
Just to touch on what Omar's saying about that mental hump that they need to get over. Throughout this whole season, Para's won one.
So inconsistent.
Lost. And no, consistent in winning, losing. I think they've won.
Then at the end, they kind of
two back-to-back. One towards the beginning of the season, one towards the middle, and then the end of the season they went 3 in a row. But if Para was to keep playing like they've been playing all year, I reckon this game they're going to actually show up and put their best performance on.
Well, this is when they're meant to, Like,
they were meant to do it last week, and they just didn't show up. There was no pressure.
Story of pressure,
mate.
I just don't understand it.
There was no pressure put on Cleary. Now, I don't know.
And that high intensity game too.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, what are you waiting for now?
Look, I'm going to say Para by 8.
Okay.
I reckon they're going to show up a bit better this week. They're going to learn from their mistakes from last week and prove their point and show everyone why they should be in the finals.
So you're saying they're making it to the prelim, to get ready to play Cowboys. And before we get into that, or if we do, I'll quickly mention something you just pointed out there, Mitchell Moses.
Yes,
he's apparently cleared to play. You know, of course, he suffered the HIA last week, tackling kick out or trying to. He said he's all right on Monday night. Apparently, he's recovering pretty well. I'd assume, anyway, they're definitely going to say that. I assume he'll play, but you never know. You never really know. We're sitting on the outside.
He did pass his medical.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Man, you better be praying he
He's
plays.
officially clear.
He has
He
to
passes
play.
medical.
Yeah, I know, but he has to. Like,
Sometimes they regress, you know.
Yeah.
But
he has to play, and he has to play extremely well.
Yeah. Can't
heart
remember
versus
half
mind here for me, boys. I don't know if I should listen to my head or my heart here. My head, honestly, I don't know, man. Just that history of para buckling, to be honest, makes me not want to pick him. But I don't know. I won't lie. I'm going to tip para here, boys. I'm going to make it short and quick. I'm tipping para 22-18
Can someone scream
against the
I
Raiders.
can't believe this. I'm shooketh right now.
But in saying that,
I'm
I hope they
shooketh.
lose 50-0. So I'd love my tip to be wrong. I'm
There's
just telling you.
supporter coming out.
I'm just an honest person, you know. I don't got to beat around the bush.
I'm going to be at
I
that
think
game.
they win. I think they win.
Mate,
But I hope they lose. I won't be surprised if they lose.
I'm going to be at that
and,
game.
and there's a big question mark with this Moses thing.
Yeah.
You never know. Like 5 minutes in, I know maybe we're not fully thinking about that. Little knock, HIA, he's off.
Yeah.
Oh.
What happens then?
Oh.
No
Very,
chance.
very vulnerable.
That happens, there's
And-
no chance.
The Raiders will be attacking.
And
they'll be targeted.
we'll say that too now if you want to say. Let's say Moses isn't playing. Tomorrow something happens.
Para
God
loses.
forbid, we
Para
wish good
loses.
health for him.
Para
No chance
loses.
without him?
No.
Zero. What
They're,
the hell?
they're just gonna pick
No
on Jake
chance.
Arthur and they're just gonna
No
score through
chance,
through
man.
Para's right side. It's-
But you saw what happened when he got off against Penrith.
Yeah,
They had no structure. They had no nothing.
Yeah.
They had nothing. Like
I thought we'd put it out there just in case it happens. Like we didn't say in case if Teddy gets
Yeah,
injured
look.
on, you know.
The only way Para could come back is if they lose Moses is not put Jake Arthur in straight out.
Bring-
Like it's
bring
me
Bryce
being
in?
honest. No,
Cartwright?
well they get it. They
Oh.
take him off, take Jake off to put Cartwright.
Oh yeah, I mean he's not even in the 7.
But let's just say Jake is named for the team, which he already is.
yeah.
Put Madison at 5'8", put Brown at halfback.
Ryan Madison.
Bring on Niokore, put him at centre,
Ooh.
and push.
Will he get exposed?
Put him at second. At lock. Sorry. Put him at,
To
Niokore at
replace
lock.
Madison
Yeah.
pick your men of the matches
right now, quick
for that
bang.
game.
Man of the matches.
Or just pick the man of the match. Sorry.
Men of the match, believe it or not.
Dylan Brown.
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
I nearly said Mitchell Moses, but no. I'll say Dylan Brown.
I reckon Rapana's going to score a brace.
I hope he scores a hat trick.
I
Literally.
hope he falls
I'm
over
not
as
even
much as
lying.
sorry.
We'll move on from that game. We can talk about the Eels all day and
Yeah.
how much I hate him and you love him and all the rest.
By the way, Adam Elliott's out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Adam
Very
Elliott's
important.
out.
Very
That's a
important.
loss.
But yeah.
We'll see. We'll see how what they do. You know what I mean?
Right.
But besides that, the whole team's been going good.
Sharkies, Rabbitohs. Saturday, 8 p.m.
Saturday 8, Shark Park. No, it's not.
No.
Allianz Stadium. I forgot, boys. Week 2
Yes.
finals. They're not at Shark Park. Wow, I haven't even thought about this game. You know what? I'm just going to be real quick here. I'm going to tip the Bunnies. Latrell have a big one. Tipping the Bunnies. Shark, but it's so hard for me to go against the Sharks because they've been so good and so unlucky last week. That them forwards are going to come up big. Them Rabbitohs, man. Big power game. They matched the physicality with the Roosters last week.
Yeah.
You know, Hargreaves and Takiaho and all those boys.
But
But
Burgess is not playing.
Tommy, that's a good one. Tommy
Who-
Burgess
who'd they
suspended
put in?
two weeks, I
Who'd
think.
they put in to replace him?
Let's see. Is it Sele or was it Cheekham?
Cheekham.
I'm blind right
Yeah,
now.
they replaced him with Cheekham.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So look, and yeah, Sharks had not a crazy meltdown, but they didn't hold out for the last 15 seconds. Ended up losing. Will that have any effect on them this week? Will they be a bit? If it's a bit close late in the game, buckle. I don't know.
I'll always go.
But I'm tipping Mitchell big game.
Yeah,
Johnston to score 2 tries.
of course. That's standard. He probably will score it even if they lose.
Yeah.
Um.
And I'll say score 21-20.
Oh, so 1 pointer.
Yeah.
I think
Rabbitohs. Latrell Mitchell.
I'm full playing the mental card. I don't care. Like I'm gonna play that card. Like I think what happened to the Sharks being that close. I'm telling you right now, like they're in bed right now and they're just thinking about that. They're like, I can't believe we're versing probably if not the Canberra Raiders are the informed team, Rabbitohs are the informed team of the
Tough
league.
one win though. You got to remember they
No,
lost to Roosters
yeah,
a
I
week
know, but
before.
I know, but like
Right.
still, when you look at it, all right.
I wouldn't want to be coming up against them. Definitely. not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what
but
you mean
like
by that, yeah.
it doesn't. Like I said, regular season doesn't matter when it comes to the finals. Straight out, like the teams step up, and honestly, with what happened to the Sharks last week and how the Rabbitohs beat the Roosters, I think they're just riding high on that. They beat their bitter rivals, the biggest rivalry in the game. Now they're versing the Sharks, who are coming off like a heartbreaking loss.
Yeah.
I just think the Rabbitohs and Latrell Mitchell are just going to
Too strong?
take over that shit.
Wow.
Like, they're going to take over. You know, if the Rabbitohs win, I'm looking at Penrith a little funny. Like, as in, if I'm Penrith, I'm a bit worried. Like, you know what I mean about that.
Hey, look, well, I did say,
Grand
I
final
can't remember
replay.
if you agreed or both of you did, that I was saying that whoever wins out of Rabbitohs Roosters could go all the way to the grand final, man.
Oh.
They're definitely good enough.
No,
But we'll see. And they've got quite a bit of experience in this kind of situation.
100%.
You know what I mean? So
And look, I know Tom Burgess is out, which is a massive
That's
loss.
a loss,
Like,
yeah.
it's of course. But I think Rabbitohs will beat them.
Regardless,
I think they're not going to smash them or anything. I think it'll be like, I don't know, like 26-18, 26-12-ish. Like,
the
just,
Bunnies, eh?
yeah, they're just going to beat them, but like comfortably, but no blowout. Like, they're just going to overpower them. That's it.
Power game strong in the middle, mate.
That's it. Sharks
Big
need to recover
forwards.
mentally. That's
What
all
do
I'm
you-
saying. They just need to recover mentally. Like, they got to get over that little.
But to be fair, Fitzgibbon straight away after the game didn't make any excuses. Didn't dwell on
of
it
course.
too much. Said we're not even going to get into any of that. Whether the crucial decisions are one I mentioned before.
But he's still like, I know he says that, but you know them
Deep down
players.
inside.
Like,
You never know. Yeah, it might linger.
When you're a competitor and stuff, you think about those little moments. Like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously you got to.
So you're saying it won't be cleared out of their head by Saturday 8 p.m.
Oh no, like
You're saying it's going to have
it'll
an
have an effect. I think so. To lose like that,
PTSD.
yeah, man. They should have been in the preliminary. 15 seconds.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, but
Exactly. And it's going to play with their heads. But
well, it's knockout time for them now. They have no second chances, eh? Top 4 teams,
Yeah.
Sharks and Para. So we'll see.
What do you think?
Yeah.
What do I think? Look, I'm going to go with Bunnies again.
Nice.
Mitchell's going to have a crack again. Crack
He has
again.
to, man.
And I'm going to say it's going to be a blowout.
Really?
I reckon 32-12.
Wow. Look.
They're done, eh?
Let's make a deal
Sharks
right
are
here,
gone.
live on the
Done.
podcast.
If the Sharks couldn't hold off Cowboys.
Not to say Cowboys are a bad team.
No, they're not a bad team.
Very good
but
team.
The Bunnies are a lot more physical than they are.
That's true.
It's true.
So, I don't know.
But they did go. Oh, that both teams went through a beatdown last week too. Real physical finals games. 90 minutes for these guys. The Sharks. Rabbitohs
Also,
played Roosters.
yeah.
Crazy game.
They did
I
leak.
think they're on the same level.
They did
Like,
leak
they copped it.
30 points.
Sharks, yeah.
They did leak 30 to a Cowboys team. Not to say Cowboys are bad, but the Rabbitohs,
The
they can
Rabbitohs-
put on points.
Yeah.
You can't give them the
You
ball.
can't
in
do
your
that.
half at
You
all.
can-
You can't do that
You
with the
cannot
Rabbitohs
give Latrell or Johnson any room for movement.
at all.
I reckon they'll just split them up. And
Yeah.
like I said, blowout game.
Crazy.
Mm.
Crazy.
Man of the match, I say Latrell Mitchell.
Latrell
Yeah.
Mitchell.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mitchell's
Yeah.
gonna have a big one. The Sharks, you can't sleep on them. Don't sleep on them, man. I don't know. They're sneaky, man. They're at home. Oh, I don't know if you call it home.
What are
Allianz
the
Stadium.
odds?
That's
on the
not
game?
home.
$1.95
If anything,
Sharks,
that's more home for.
$1.85.
Oh, that's more home for Rabbitohs.
Yeah, I know. And they just played there 2 weeks in a row too.
It's a bit.
But I guess that kind of sums up what we reckon about those next games. Penrith and Cowboys will be patiently waiting.
True.
I reckon it will be Cowboys, as I said, playing Para, believe it or not, and Penrith to play
Bunnies.
the Bunnies. You're saying
Look,
Penrith
I
Bunnies, and you're
still
saying
believe
Cowboys Para as
Yeah,
well?
I still believe.
You're going Cowboys Canberra
I still believe
and
it's going to be
Penrith
a
Bunny.
Penrith Para final.
It's possible,
Yeah,
man. It's
still
possible. It's possible.
Oh man,
But hey,
the
What
streets
are we-
want it.
Only one way
The
to
streets
find out.
want that final. Honestly,
Oh yeah, of course.
the
The
streets want it.
The NRL wants it.
Oh man,
The money that they're going to make off
yeah,
that game.
all Sydney final.
Oh, well.
You know what I mean?
Sell
Like,
out.
maybe
Yeah.
our last grand final in New South Wales for a while with
Yeah.
all the drama going on there.
True. Oh, I thought they fixed that up, didn't they?
They've secured this year only.
Ah.
So in other words, they're open to doing a Super Bowl type style. No, for real,
Yeah,
they
alright,
said that.
alright,
Like,
that's
fine.
fine.
Take their grand final here.
Yeah, but
there
there's only
in
like
Australia.
There's only like 3 big enough stadiums for something like that, right? Like good enough.
Perth has that new
Yeah.
massive stadium that they take.
There
some
was talks
Origin
about
games in.
Perth.
Not that I'm saying
We're
I'd like
flying
it to
to Perth.
be. All right,
Let's go.
You
Well,
pay for the tickets.
Let's go. Oh, they're like $700
my
there.
flybys points are down.
Cost less to go to Lebanon. Nah.
But look, boys, I don't know. Anyone have any final comments they want to add? Because that's all I got to say.
I got nothing.
We got nothing.
I'll just quick shout out once again to the boys. You know who you are.
Is this the boys who didn't get that KFC? That you're saying if your boys win?
Yeah, some of them. Actually, yeah. To bring that up, it's unfortunate. We lost 2 games, drew 1.
Yeah.
Storm better school team, by the way.
Better luck next year. Although 99% of you aren't going to be at the school next year, but it's all right.
Next generation.
Yeah, shout out to you, and if we win next year, definite KFC feed.
And make sure you listen to him in class,
Yeah.
not just on YouTube.
Otherwise, I'm going to have to start a podcast to actually teach you instead of
Shout out to Mr. Draker.
So if you need to send your students to a nice high school, no, I'm just kidding. But hey, that's all it is. Episode 8, Balls Deep Sports. We out here. Hopefully they'll be out of here, out of the finals. Para.
Nice pun.
Pun intended. Punt them out.
Oh,
I'm just going to chill there.
Oh, man.
Thanks for coming along, sir.
Not a problem.
Oh, good.
It'll be the last time you'll be featured this season.
That's it. Parramatta, it's
Not
done,
like
isn't
we
it?
can.
Yeah,
We can't-
dog is
Look.
scum.
Episode's over. We'll catch you next week. See ya.
Drop 700 comments.